Hi, it's Michael Gilmore here from Whiz Bang's blog, and I must admit, today for this Saturday Musings, I'm going to go away from all of the sort of seriousness. Like, there's enough seriousness in the world, so I thought I'd just do a really funny thing today. About a week ago, I received an inquiry via Skype, and I get these quite often, but I thought I'd just share the experience with you and hopefully enjoy it and have a bit of a laugh in that process. Anyway, let me just flick across to what actually occurred. So, stranger, hello, I replied. Hi there, who are you? Nice to meet you, I'm Philip. And why did you reach out to me, Philip? I have a client that's interested to invest in your country, and I'd like to engage you and your company on this project. I must admit, when someone goes along and say they're wanting to invest in Australia, I think to myself, my gosh, this is fantastic. And they're wanting to invest in my company. I think there's only one possible response that I can have, and that is, sounds awesome. I'm in. So what is your company into, Michael? Toasters. We make and manufacture all sorts of toasters, red ones, blue ones, steel ones. Good. I must admit, at this point in time, I was thinking to myself, I'm clearly inventing that I have a company that manufactures toasters and everything like that. But to respond with good is the only response I get. Like, you'd have to get something better than that. Like, why just good? So, do you like toasters? Can you email me here? An email address. I must admit, I hid the email address because I didn't want anyone else get caught up in this scam, because it's clearly a scam, because someone's not going to go and invest in my toaster business, that's for sure. So email you about toasters so that you can write down your project plans for me to show it to my investor. Now, clearly there's some investors behind the scenes of this. And at this point in time, I couldn't believe it, but my Skype went off and he started calling me. So I'm going to give you a glimpse of this and play that Skype video. It's quite a funny experience. But anyway, so at the end of the Skype video, we'll continue on.
How are you going?
Yeah, how are you doing today?
Very good, thank you.
All right.
So you like toasters, do you?
Yeah, I do. I eat toasters very, very well. Yeah, and my investor will be very highly interested to invest in toasters in your country.
Fantastic, fantastic. I've got. How many toasters would you like to buy?
We are not buying. My investor has a funds which is worth close to $500 to $1 billion, and he wants to invest it in
He wants to invest $1 billion in toasters.
Yeah, $500 to $1 billion, either toasters or whatever you want to invest in, but he wants to make it to handle the investments, the cash.
Okay, so he wants to invest $1 billion in toasters. That sounds absolutely amazing. That's great. It's exactly what I've been after. There's someone who really believes in toasters.
Okay.
And the business.
Okay.
So what do we need to do to be able to get your investor on board to be able to, so he invests in my business?
Okay, that's what I'm telling you. It's just step by step. It's a procedure, and what you just need is just to please and do me a favor. What you just need is just to keep everything we are doing 100% confidential. That's all, and we can be able to achieve our aim at the end of this transaction. Okay.
Right. Okay. So you want everything 100% confidential. Can
Exactly.
You send me an NDA then?
Is it what?
Can you send me an NDA in Skype then, please?
it's not a problem. As we proceed, I'm going to say a formal agreement in which we have to now see the contract because I'm working with the investor. I'm just a financial lawyer.
Of course. So can you please send me an NDA then? Of course, you're a financial lawyer, so you know what an NDA is. So can you send one to me, please?
Yeah, non-disclosure agreement. I won't send it now. What I need to send to you, with my email address I sent to you. I want you to write me and tell me how you just plan to invest the funds in your project, in your toaster
Well, it'll be
project,
invested into my factory for toasters, so we can really pump out more and more toasters. Because the thing I've seen has been a massive growth, particularly with the coronavirus, into people relying upon bread and things like that, and they want to toast that bread. So to have $1 billion investment, you get a huge return on that.
Okay, so I wanted to now just write it a little bit at the email so that I can be able to show it to my investor. Look, so that we can be able to oversee.
Look, I understand that. I actually don't trust email because email is open. The thing I like about Skype and why I was so pleased that you called
between me, listen. I will prefer Skype for call, or I will prefer WhatsApp for calls. But for now, email.
Yeah, Skype is encrypted. That's why I like Skype.
Can you understand with me, Michael, please? My email and your email. Are you recording our calls?
Yes, I am, because I do that with all of my Skype calls. It's a part of a business transaction. It tells you that on your Skype call straight away.
All right. So we can be able to now do it very, very well.
Yeah, so it keeps everything confidential and it makes sure that there's no confusion. So if you can, and I do everything in Skype because Skype is encrypted. Well, email is not. That's why I'm not happy to use email. But if you want to communicate in Skype, that's fine.
All right, no problem. Send me what about your project plans so that I can show it to my investor.
Yeah, so what firm do you work for, by the way?
I'm working in a private firm.
Okay, what's the private firm?
My private firm is that MGFC.
MGFC. Is there a website I can go to see that?
It's my investment company.
Yeah, fantastic. So what's the website I can go to look up MGFC?
No, you don't need a website for you to go into. It's my investment company.
There's no website.
Yeah, there's no website here.
Okay, there's no website. So what? So how do we progress forward then in this transaction?
Send me an email.
Oh, I've already said to you, I'm only going to do it through Skype.
No problem. I'll wait for it.
Okay. So what do you want me to send to you from Skype?
Your project plans. What you intend doing with the poster? What are you intending investing the funds?
Okay. It's just like he wants a graph of the investment and something like that, or?
Exactly.
Like, just give me one minute, and I'm sure I'll be able to find a graph of what it looks like and so forth like that. Just give me.
Send it to me. I'll wait for you. Send it to me. I'll wait for you.
Yeah. No.
So clearly, this is a big deal, $1 billion investment in toasters. And I must admit, I was thinking, clearly my heart was beating rapidly as I thought about, oh my gosh, I'm going to get $1 billion to this fictitious business that I have called toasters. And this investor wants a plan of some sort. So there was only one possible way I could respond. Here's the sales of toasters each day we make. It clearly wants a big investment so that we can scale further. And Boom! There it was. The sales of toasters since the beginning of this year. I must admit, at this point of time, I was quite proud of myself, be able to pull that graph out and just in inventing numbers and so forth, and throwing it all together. So I thought, yeah, big tick from Michael on this one, that's for sure. But anyway, the story continues. So Philip, as his name is, you need to email me on my email. So clearly he's got some challenges with English, but we saw that from the voice recording. Why? I just sent it to you. Would you be interested in buying a toaster yourself? We make really good ones. Email me, please. As you can appreciate, I'm very concerned about the risk of using email as it is insecure. Well, Skype is encrypted. This is why I like everything in Skype. Happy to send you anything to you via Skype. Let's see if we can get this deal done. Yeah, clearly, like he wants to go along and do some deals. So I want to just have him along and sort of like just feed that desire of, hey, let's go and get this $1 billion deal done because I'm in. Like my toaster business really needs this sort of guy. By the way, we have a really great toaster that I'm sure you and your investor would love. Boom. I must admit, like, there I was sitting at my desk and I was flicking through pictures of all sorts of toasters and things like that. And I was having a great time. And I found one and I sent it to him and I expected at least some sort of reaction. Would have been great. And particularly when I actually replied to him. This is one of our top sellers. Do you want to order one? Email me, please. Look, this guy, he is obviously at breaking point at this stage. Like, he just desperately wants my email address so he can go and obviously spam me and all that sort of stuff. He just wants that email address. And I'm putting every barrier in place possible to be able to do that. Oh, well, looks like we won't be able to do deal after all. That's a shame. There's nothing like just letting a little bit of time go by at this point with a scammer and just to see what would happen. So this is what I did. 1 second after another, a few minutes, 5 minutes goes by. And I think at this point in time, there is only one reaction I could really give. You want to buy a toaster yet? If you don't like the one above, then I'm sure we have one you would like. Email me, please. Clearly, this guy is a broken man at this point, just trying to do whatever he can to get my email address. But I was just having too much fun at this point, and so I just had to go and drag it on. I would need to set up a new email address, though. Sigh. That will be great. Can you suggest where I can do that? How? Yes, can you walk me through how to set up an email account? I don't know how. Really? You have never used an email account before, Michael? Someone else set it up for me. Still tell the person to do this one again for you. He's left the company though. Can you help? You do it with your hand. You do it with your hand, eh? I must admit, there's a lot of things you could do with your hand, but when we got to that point, I was thinking, you do it with your hand? Was he sort of being rude to me? Or like, what's the story here? You do it with your hand. I must admit, it was with a bit of a sigh of relief because I asked the question, I'm sorry, I don't understand. And he replied, I mean, you try and open it by yourself. Look, I know how to build toasters, not set up email addresses. Is that one he set up for you still working? But I don't use that anymore. I only use Skype. Okay, go to Gmail account to register email for yourself because I'm also using it too. It's a Friday, and I spent enough time with this guy, and I had so much fun. I must admit, I'd laughed myself silly a few times. But you know what? I had to somehow draw this whole thing to a close with this particular scammer. And this is what I end up doing. My wife thinks your investor may be a bit of a scammer. Is this a scam as our company is ready to generate large profits? Hang on, I'm about to have lunch. Talk to you later. Now, I thought it was all going to be over at this point. I really did. And in fact, I just let some time go by and thinking, is the guy actually going to say anything? And he replied, "This is not a scam, okay?" So time goes by, little bit by little bit, and finally he responds, "Use Gmail account to create your mail." So I had a lot of fun with doing that, and I hope this has put a bit of a smile on your face today with all the tumultuous things happening in the world, with the coronavirus and all those other things going on. I'll tell you what, there's nothing like on a Friday burning 15 minutes talking to a scammer and just seeing some of the crazy things you can say to them and see how they respond. It really is amazing. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed that. Have a great weekend and keep safe, everyone. Wash your hands and practice that social distancing and everything like that. Let's just really get on top of this virus and everything. And for those of you who are all impacted by it and your families, my prayers are with you guys, and take care. Anyway, thanks a lot. Bye. Hi, I hope you enjoyed that video and that you find this information that I'm providing through my blog and through these videos really interesting. Don't forget, subscribe, whatever you subscribe, so you don't miss out on the next installment I'm going to be releasing, or you can click on the push alerts on the website. So either two, but anyway, thanks a lot. Bye.